In this video, we're going to talk about the economic injury disaster loan and how to get approved if you were rejected, and more importantly, why you want to get approved. But before we do, if this is your first time at our channel or you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button at the bottom. My name is Travis Sickle, Certified Financial Planner, helping you reach your financial goals. So if you didn't know, on June the 15th, the SBA began accepting new EIDL and EIDL advance applications for qualified small businesses and U.S. agricultural businesses. So it's opened up to all small businesses at this point. And the deadline for applications is all the way up until December the 31st of 2020. And it is a 30-year loan at 3.75%. And if you still need guidance in filling out the application, then you can check my video on how to fill out the EIDL grant, which is the same as the grant and the loan. It is one application, and I'll put a link in the description at the bottom. But if you've already applied and you were rejected from the loan side of the EIDL grants, so you applied, you might have got your $1,000 times the amount of employees up to $10,000, or you didn't get that, you just got the loan offer, but then you were rejected, then this is exactly what you need to do to make sure that you're reconsidered. And that is the key term that they're using, reconsideration. So there's an email address, and I'm gonna put it in the description at the bottom, that you can send an email requesting a reconsideration for your EIDL loan. Now, if you try and call the SBA to get reconsidered for the loan, it's really a waste of your time because the two departments are separated. Why? I have no idea, but that's how they set it up. So you can't talk to the loan officer that rejected you in the first place, but what you can do is email to be reconsidered to get the loan. Now, I have a list of the things that I was told by the SBA that you want to send to them to make sure that they have the correct information. Now, why you got rejected, there's a ton of different reasons, and most of them are very ambiguous, and to figure out exactly why you got rejected is really just going down a rabbit hole. But if you want to get reconsidered, here's what you should put in that email. Number one, a copy of your driver's license. Make sure that you have a clear picture of both the front and the back. Number two is an explanation of your business. Be as clear and concise as you possibly can be. No one wants to hear your story of your business or how you started the business. What they really want to figure out what it is that you do. Number three, you want to put your EIN of your business, or if you're sole proprietor, you want to put your social security number, and be as clear as possible. So if you are incorporated, make sure that you put your business name exactly as it appears on your articles of incorporation. Or if you're a sole proprietor, just put your full name so it's as clear as humanly possible. Number four, put your application number. If you've logged into the portal where you were rejected, it's in the upper right-hand corner. Just go ahead and put that into the email, again, to make it as clear as possible. Number five, put a copy of your most recent tax return. This will give them some more information on why they should give you a loan and that you are a legitimate business. Number six, the articles of incorporation. Now, if you're incorporated, attach them. Obviously, if you're sole proprietor, you don't have articles of incorporation, so you can't attach them. But if you have them, make sure that you're putting them in there. And the seventh one is attach a voided check, so they know exactly where to put the money and that you do have a legitimate bank account. Now, if you are incorporated, you're gonna wanna use your business banking account if you have one. So you want to use that voided check. Don't just use any voided check. Use the one from your business if it's available. And when you're going through and attaching each one of these files, it's a good idea, just from an organization standpoint, to change the title of the file to exactly what it is. This is going to make your life a little bit easier so you know exactly what you're attaching, but also the loan officer's life a little bit easier. In the body of the email, you're going to want to put the word attached and then list out each file that you're attaching, just so it's as clear as possible. Now let's talk about 5 reasons why you would want to take the EIDL loan. Number one is looking at the terms of the loan. They're pretty attractive. There's no cost associated with getting the loan, and it's at 3.75% over 30 years. Number two is the availability of money. So where else can you get a loan for a small business? Usually, if you're a small business owner, it's a personal line of credit, a personal credit card, or a business credit card. It's a lot more difficult to get a business loan than it is to get the personal loans or the other loans. And those are at a lot higher interest rates most of the time than this 3.75 over 30 years. Number 3 is that it's tied to the business. So what I just talked about, how you would go after personal lines of credit or using personal credit cards or even small business credit cards, which are usually open with your social security number, that means it's personal even though it's for the business. In this instance, it's separating the two. Because this money is only tied to the business, it's not putting the same amount of risk on you personally as it is on the business. So if the business doesn't succeed, then you're not on the hook personally. Now, this isn't going to be for every single loan that the SBA offers, but if it's under a certain limit, then you can qualify to make sure that it's only tied to the business. Number 4 is the uncertainty. So there's been a ton of bumps in the road in our entire country over the last several months. And we don't know what's going to happen moving forward. But what you do know is you have the opportunity to apply for the EIDL loan and take the money. Now, if you took the money and you want to pay it back, which is number 5, there's no prepayment penalties. So not having any prepayment penalties means that if you took the money and decided at a later date that you didn't need all the money or you don't want any of the loan, you can actually pay it back. Now, there is that 3.75%, but that is a small price to pay to have the security of cash on hand to operate your small business. Now, there are a ton of different situations out there. In some, it's going to make sense to take this loan, and some it might not. You want to make the decision for your own small business and your own personal financial situation on whether or not this makes the most sense. These are just some of the points that I wanted to cover to help you understand of whether or not you should take the loan or not. If you have questions or other scenarios, let me know in the comments down below and I'll answer them on future videos. And if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and leave your comments down at the bottom.